Hello everyone, I am Left, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my meta report for Update 2.9 in Vainglory. A lot of changes happened in Update 2.9, a lot of big changes that shake certain things up and leave other things the same, so that's why I just decided to make a whole video about the changes in Update 2.9. So, first of all, let's talk about the fact that each hero received a sizable buff to their max health in 2.9. This first of all means that fights are on average going to last longer, also that Finn is going to be getting more and more extra defense from his passive, but also, most importantly, Aftershock has received a huge indirect buff as a result. Aftershock deals its damage based on the amount of health that the enemy has, so it's going to damage a Finn more than a Petal. Now that everybody has increased health, Aftershock is going to be hitting significantly harder regardless of who you're hitting, because everybody has gotten a health buff. This indirect buff to Aftershock means that two heroes specifically are going to be pretty damn strong in 2.9. Alpha is one of those heroes, as she also received a buff to her Prime Directive and a buff to how her cooldown speed and energy recharge affect the reboot sequence. Look to build Alpha with Aftershock, Shatterglass, and Clockwork in that order. If fights are going too long, or you feel that they're going to be going too long, swap the Shatterglass with a Dragon's Eye. Now you might be asking, why would you ever build Clockwork on Alpha? That sounds so dumb. Clockwork is good here because its cooldown properties combined with Aftershock, combined with the changes that she received to how cooldown and energy recharge affect her reboot, this build causes Alpha to reboot in less than 2 seconds. So I think it's worth trying out. Another hero to watch out for is Reza. He was already good before, but everyone was just sleeping on him and calling me an idiot for saying that he was good. Now that his ultimate has received a buff and the Troublemaker recovery time has been reduced, and with these Aftershock buffs, Reza is actually viable in competitive play more often than he was before, and people are actually starting to realize, wait a minute, Reza's actually good, instead of just saying, haha, Left, you're an idiot, stop playing Reza. No, I'm not going to stop playing Reza, okay? So you're going to want to build Reza with Aftershock, Broken Myth, and Dragon's Eye in that order. Even though Broken Myth has received a change, it no longer actually stacks. Dragon's Eye does that now. I still build it on Reza because usually when I'm playing Reza, enemies take notice and build shield. Broken Myth is effective against shield. Now if you see that they're not building any shield, then you could go for, like, I don't know, Dragon's Eye second and then something else third, because they might build shield later in the game. But I usually see shield come out when I play Reza, so I take Broken Myth second as a result of that. You don't have to though. You can basically just Aftershock has to be first. Also, please don't buy Stormcrown on Reza anymore. Like, come on, his clear isn't that bad. You can go without Stormcrown. It does like nothing for him other than buff his clear. Rhyme is still absolutely busted. Even after his Winter Spire was nerfed in the hotfix, he is still absolutely oppressive in competitive play. I am sick and tired of playing against Rhyme in scrims, like, seriously, and seeing him every single weekend of VG8. Like, I mean, Delphi is a good Rhyme, but he's just so boring now. I've seen him so many times, it's dumb. If he's on the table right now, and they're not playing, like, triple poke, then, yeah, you should pick Rhyme. He's oppressive right now. Blackfeather was broken off release in 2.9 and since has been permabanned ever since, but a hotfix has pulled him back in line. They nerfed his execution damage and lowered his defense, so he's actually not broken anymore, but people are still acting like he does because apparently some people don't read the hotfix notes. Also in the hotfix, Scarf and Baron both received buffs. Baron is now back to 130% weapon power on his perk, which is the same as it was when we had the absolutely broken Baron meta. So, do what you want with that information. Scarf had his Spitfire damage restored to what it was pre-nerf, and his alt pierce was buffed at all levels. If you buy a Broken Myth now, Scarf's ultimate will have 90% pierce at level 3, so do with that information what you will. Churnwalker is our newest hero, and he's interesting. He definitely has a niche in competitive play. What I've noticed so far is that he does very poorly into dive comps. Look to draft Churnwalker if you're facing an enemy poke comp, or if you yourself are playing like a controlled sustain comp, something like Vox and Rhyme together, where the carries don't need constant babysitting to function. Lastly, the first turret is now weaker than before, and it only gives 200 gold, which brings me to the elephant in the room. You've seen it on the screen this whole time. Saw. He got a massive weapon power buff, which allows him to push even more turrets at all levels. A coordinated Saw comp in 2.9 will work. He is no longer totally unviable on the weapon path, but please do not pick him unless you are with a team that knows how to play around him. When I'm playing Saw, what I build is Starblade, Tyrant's Monocle, Breaking Point, Tyrant's Monocle. I know that Zelciar probably builds differently than that. I really prefer the Breaking Point on Saw because the extra attack speed, I don't even know why, but it just feels good to me, and being able to ramp up over a fight with Saw, like, holy cow, you do so much damage. Yeah, so Saw, he's actually, like, not that bad now, so if you want to play him, be my guest. Like, I will go all out to support a solo queue Saw in ranked now, even in Vainglorious, because he's actually not too bad anymore. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this meta update, and I'll see you all later.